Hadith number 26. Aban narrates from Sulaym and Umar ibn Abi Salma. Both narrate the same. Both say, Muawiyah came to Medina after performing Hajj during his caliphate after Amir al-Mu'mineen ﷺ had been martyred and peace had been signed with Hassan ﷺ. People of Medina welcomed him. He saw that from those who welcomed him there were more Quraysh than Ansar. So he asked about it and was told that they are desperate. They do not have animals to ride on. Muawiyah turned towards Qays ibn Sa'ad ibn Ubadah and said, O group of Ansar, what has happened to you, that along with your brothers from Quraysh you do not welcome me? Qays, who was the leader of Ansar and son of the leader of Ansar, replied, O Amir al-Mu'mineen, lack of transport has made us sit. Muawiyah said, where are the camels with which you fetch water? Qays replied, on the day of Badr and Uhud we finished them, and after these two, in those wars which were during the time of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, when we hit you and your father for Islam, until the Amr deen of Allah became known, and you did not like it. Muawiyah said, may God forgive. Qays said, the Holy Prophet has said, surely after me you people will see wealth. Muawiyah asked, what did he command you to do? He replied, the Holy Prophet commanded us to be patient until we meet him. Muawiyah said, then be patient until you meet him. Then Qays said, O Muawiyah, are you taunting us about our water-fetching camels? By God, on the day of Badr, we met you on those very camels when you people were trying to diminish the light of Allah and raise high the talk of Shaitan. After that, you and your father, through no choice, accepted that Islam for which we hit you. Muawiyah told him, are you showing your obligation over us after helping us? By God, the help and obligation is of Quraysh. O group of Ansar, you do not have any obligations over us for helping the Holy Prophet when he was from Quraysh, and he was my paternal cousin, and was from us. It is in fact our help and obligation, for Allah has made you our Ansar and obedient to us, and through us guided you. Qays replied, Allah Azza wa Jal sent Muhammad as a blessing for the universe, and sent him towards all people, towards jinn, insan, red and black and white, and chose him as his prophet and made him special messenger. So first person to accept him and believe him was his brother Ali ibn Abi Talib, and his uncle Abu Talib kept enemies away from him and stopped them, and he used to be a shield between him and the infidel of Quraysh, so that they do not scare him and harm him, and ordered him to continue propagating Allah's message. Oppression and difficulties stayed away from him until his uncle Abu Talib passed away. He commanded his son Ali to share his ﷺ burden and help him. So he, Ali ﷺ, shared his burden and helped him, and in every difficulty and dangerous occasions he was prepared to give his left. Allah gave from Quraysh the speciality of this task to Ali, and gave him esteem over all Arab and Ajam. The Holy Prophet gathered all the children of Abdul Muttalib, and they all totaled 40 on that day. The Holy Prophet called all of them, and on that day his servant was Ali, and on that day the Holy Prophet was under the shelter of his uncle Abu Talib. He said, who from you will like that he is my brother, my vizier, my inheritor, and in my ummah, my caliph, and after me guardian for all mu'mineen? The whole community remained silent until the Holy Prophet repeated this thrice. Ali ﷺ said, I am, O Alek. So the Holy Prophet took the head of Ali in his arms, and passed his saliva in Ali's mouth, and said, O Allah, Fill him with knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Then he said to Abu Talib, O Abu Talib, now listen to your son Ali, and obey him, because Allah has made him for his prophet, of the same status that Harun had with Musa, declared brotherhood between people, and made Ali as his brother. Qays ibn Sa'd did not leave any of his, Ali's, merits, and mentioned all, and through it established the argument, and said, from his Ahlul Bayt is Ja'afar ibn Abi Talib Tayyar, who flies with 2 wings in heaven, among all people, whom Allah has given this speciality. From his is Hamza, leader of the martyrs, and from him is Fatima, leader of all women. So if you separate the Holy Prophet, his Ahlul Bayt, and his pure progeny from Quraysh, then by God, we are better than you all. O group of Quraysh, by God, we are better than you are. We are more loved than you are by Allah, his Prophet, and the Ahlul Bayt of the Holy Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When the Holy Prophet passed away, Ansar gathered together with my father Sa'd, and after that all said, we will not pay allegiance to anyone except Sa'd. So Quraysh presented the arguments of Ali and his Ahlul Bayt, and started fighting with us on the grounds of their rights and nearness to the Holy Prophet. Quraysh are not free from 2 matters, either they oppressed Ansar or oppressed Al Muhammad. By my life, neither any Ansar not Quraysh has any right, nor does any Arab or Ajam. There is no right or share in the caliphate of Ali ibn Abi Talib and his children after him. Muawiyah became angry and asked, where did you get these from, and from whom are you narrating, and from whom have you heard it? Did your father tell you all these, and you took it from him? Qays replied, I have heard it, and take it from that person who is better than my father, and he has more right over me than my father. Then he, Muawiyah, said, who is he? So he, Qays, replied, he is Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib, who is the alim of this ummah, and is the establisher of deen, and is truthful, and that one who differentiates between truth and falsehood, from whom Allah has revealed what is revealed, and that is saying of Azwajal, say, enough for a witness between me and you is Allah, and such as have knowledge of the book. Surah Ra'd 43. So Qays did not leave any verse concerning Ali, but he mentioned it. Muawiyah said, the Siddiq of Ummah is Abu Bakr, and its Faruq is Umar. The one who has complete knowledge of the book is Abdullah ibn Salman. Qays said, the more deserving person of these titles, and the owner, is he for whom Allah has revealed. Can they be like those who accept a clear sign from their Lord, and whom a witness from himself? Surah Hud 17. And he for whom Allah Jal wa Ismuhu has revealed in Quran, but thou art truly a warner, and to every people a guide. Surah Ra'd 7. By God, the verse was revealed, and Ali is the guide for all communities. You people devalued it, and that person whom the Holy Prophet appointed in Ghadirakum and said, over whomever I have more authority than he himself, Ali also has more authority over him than the person himself. On the occasion of the book, the Holy Prophet said to him, only you have the same connection to me that Harun had to Musa, except that after me there will not be another prophet. Muawiyah was in Medina at that time, so on this occasion he proclaimed, announced, and it was written and sent to all governors of all cities. Beware that there will be no responsibility for anyone who narrates any hadith concerning Ali ibn Abi Talib and his Ahlul Bayt's virtues and merits, and he, the narrator, will have himself imposed punishment. And all who gave sermons in every small village, every place, and all pulpits started cursing Ali al-Islam, and started keeping away from him, and started abusing him and humiliating his Ahlul Bayt, and started cursing them all, attributing matters which they did not possess. Then Muawiyah passed through a circle of Quraysh. When they saw Muawiyah, they all stood up as a mark of respect, except Abdullah ibn Abbas. So Muawiyah said, O Ibn Abbas, you did not stand up. Nothing stopped you except that enmity that you have in your heart for me, for the fight I had with you in Safin. O Ibn Abbas, my paternal cousin Amir al-Mu'mineen, Usman, was killed innocent. Ibn Abbas questioned him, so was Umar ibn Khattab also killed innocent? Did you pass the Umar to his children? And here is his son, pointing to Umar's son. Muawiyah said, Umar was killed by an idolater. Ibn Abbas asked, who killed Usman? He replied, Muslims killed him. Ibn Abbas said, this makes your argument very weak, and will make his blood halal if Muslims have killed him and did not help him. This cannot be except when he has rightfully been killed. Muawiyah said, we have written to the whole world prohibiting narrations of Ali and merits of his Ahlul Bayt, so you control your tongue, O Ibn Abbas, and have mercy on yourself. Ibn Abbas said, are you stopping me from reciting Quran? He replied, no. So Ibn Abbas said, so are you stopping me from its commentary? He said, yes. Ibn Abbas said, what is more compulsory on us, reciting Quran or acting upon it? Muawiyah said, to act upon it. Ibn Abbas asked, how can we act upon it until we know what Allah means by what He has revealed? He said, ask those people concerning that who give the meaning other than what you and your Ahlul Bayt give. Ibn Abbas said, Quran was revealed on my Ahlul Bayt. What? Do I ask about it to Ali Abi Sufyan, or Ali Abi Mu'it, or Yahudi, Nasara, and Majusi? Muawiyah said to him, do you equalize me with them and included me in them? Ibn Abbas said, by my life, I have not equalized you with them, but you have stopped me from worshipping Allah through Quran. And what is in there that is commanded, forbidden, permitted, not permitted, a verse that stops from acting upon a verse, by order of which an action is forbidden, general or special, clear and unclear. If the Ummah does not ask about these, it will be destroyed, create unrest within it, and will be troubled. Muawiyah said, you all recite Quran and also mention its meanings, but do not mention commentary on what Allah has revealed concerning you people, and do not mention what the Holy Prophet has said about you, except these. Mention all riwayah. Ibn Abbas said, Allah says in Quran, they desire that they extinguish Allah's light with their mouths, but Allah will not allow but that His light should be perfected, even though the unbelievers may detest. Surah Tawbah 32. Muawiyah said, O Ibn Abbas, you stop yourself and control your tongue from me. If it is necessary, then do it privately and confidentially, and no one should hear it from you openly. Then Muawiyah returned home and sent 50,000 dirhams to Ibn Abbas. After that, in all cities, difficulties for the Shias of Ali and his Ahlul Bayt increased, and it was most difficult for the people of Kufa, because the Shias in Kufa were many, and Muawiyah's brother Ziyad was made the governor, and Basra, Kufa, and the whole Iraq was given under his control. Ziyad was following Shias, and he knew them all because he was himself at one time from Shias. He knew them all, and had from the beginning heard what they said. He killed them under every tree, stone, and under piece of clay. They were thrown out of cities, were scared, their hands and feet were cut off, they were hanged on the branches of dates, their eyes were poked with thin rods. Muawiyah wrote to all his judges and governors in every place, in every city, that no person who was a Shia of Ali, his Ahlul Bayt, or anyone who was his friend, who either narrated his merits or mentioned his virtues, should be accepted as a witness. he wrote to all his governors, "Keep an eye on the Shias of Usman, his lovers, his Ahlul Bayt, his friends, and those who narrate his virtues and mention hadiths of his merits, and make their assembly point nearer to you. Respect them, get them nearer, honor them, and you send to me in writing their narrations about him, with the name of the person, with his father's name, and which family he belongs to." They all did that until a hadith regarding Usman became plentiful, and gifts and clothes were sent to them, and Arabs and Mawali were allocated pieces of land in abundance until they became too many in number in cities and became arrogant concerning their buildings and properties, and this world became very broad for them. There was no city or village, the governor of which came and mentioned tradition of Usman's merits or mentioned his virtues, but his name was written, he was made closer, was recommended, and this situation continued for a very long time. Muawiyah wrote to his governors, "After that, the ahadith concerning Usman have become too many, have spread in every corner of town and cities. So when you receive this letter, then incite people to mention traditions about Abu Bakr and Umar, because I like their merits and qualities, about them accepting Islam first. My eyes get more rested, and they weaken the argument of Ahlul Bayt, and it is going to be tougher for Ahlul Bayt than the merits and virtues of Usman." Every judge and leader appointed by him read the letter to all people, and people started narrating virtues of Abu Bakr and Umar. After that, he wrote a book in which he gathered and all traditions concerning their merits and virtues which were mentioned, and sent this book to all his governors and judges, and ordered them to read these on all pulpits, in all towns and cities, in mosques, and they were ordered to send it to all teachers of madrasa, so that they teach these to students. They narrated all these things, and children learnt them like they learn Quran, until they taught all girls, women, their senior servants and junior servants. This continued for a long time. Then Muawiyah wrote another letter to all his governors in town and cities. Then he wrote another letter, "On whomever you establish an accusation, even if there is no witness that he is from they, then kill him." So they killed on accusation, suspicion, and doubt under every stone, until anyone who said anything wrong, he was killed. This difficulty was not only in large cities, this hardship was not only in Iraq, particularly in Kufa only. Any person who was a Shia of Ali al-Islam, or was from those remaining of his companions in Medina and elsewhere, and he had a visitor whom he trusted, he would be scared to say anything if he had a servant or attendant present, so he would not mention anything unless he had taken the person under an oath of high degree that he would keep it a secret. This matter kept on becoming difficult, and in his eyes the enemies increased. They started spreading among the community the traditions, ahadith that were false, fabricated and falsely attributed, and people grew upon these, and from they acquired knowledge. His governors, judges, and the learned continued. At that time, the majority of people who became a problem and fitna were those who were the reciters of Quran and recited the book to show off, and the fabricators who showed off their emotions, humility, and worship, were telling lies and fabricating hadiths, so that they could get their share from the governors through such actions and get closer the sitting of the governors and get wealth, land, and large houses, until these narrations and traditions got into the hands of such people who thought that these were correct and true. These people narrated them, accepted them, learnt them, taught them, and befriended people, and bore enmity based on these to an extent that their assemblies got united on this. These traditions also reached the hands of those people who were religious, did not accept lying as halal, and bore enmity with liars. They also accepted these narrations and understood them to be true. Had they known that these were untrue. Had they known that these were untrue, then they would not have narrated them, would not have made them their deen, and would not have thought less of those who opposed these. During that time, truth became false, reality became a lie, and a lie became truth. The Holy Prophet had said, "Indeed, a fitna will surround you people, in which a child will become an adult, and an adult will grow in it, and people will continue on this and make it sunnah. If anything is changed from this, then they will say people are accepting bad things, and the sunnah has been changed." At that time when Hassan ibn Ali alayhi salam passed away, fitna and calamities increased and became stronger, and there was no friend of Allah who was not afraid of his being killed, or made to run away, or be thrown out. There was no enemy of Allah left who did not present his argument without hiding innovation in religion and misguidance. 1 year before Muawiyah died, Hussein ibn Ali salawatullah alayhi performed Hajj, and Abdullah ibn Abbas and Abdullah ibn Ja'afar performed Hajj with him. Hussein alayhi salam gathered Bani Hashim's men and women and friends and Shias who performed Hajj, and those Ansar who knew Hussein alayhi salam and his Ahlul Bayt. Then he sent messengers and said, "Do not leave anyone who performed Hajj this year from the companions of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who is good and is a worshipper, but gather them for me." In Medina, 700 men gathered around his tent. Majority of them were from Tabain, and nearly 200 men were from companions of the Holy Prophet and others. Hussein alayhi salam stood up among them to give a sermon. He thanked Allah and praised Him, then said, "After this, you have seen whatever this enemy has done to us and our Shia, and you know and you were present. I wish to question you about one thing. If I say truth, then you confirm it. If I say false, then you falsify me. I am asking you for the sake of what right Allah has on you, and what right the Holy Prophet has on you, and for the sake of the closeness that I have with the Holy Prophet, that when you mention my this standing up and what I say to other people who have faith, who are your friends, when you call them all and you trust them, then call them to what is our right, because I am afraid that this will finish and our rights will be gone and people will take them over. Allah will complete His light even if the kuffar, unbelievers, do not like it." So he did not leave anything from Quran that Allah has revealed concerning them, but he recited and explained it and narrated whatever the Holy Prophet said for his father, his mother, his brother, and himself, and his Ahlul Bayt. For everything he said, the companions replied, "Yes. Bearing Allah's witness, we say that from the companions, such a person whom we consider truthful and trustworthy has told us this hadith." So he said, "Bearing Allah's witness, I am saying to you that you mention this hadith to him who you trust and whose deen you trust." Sulaym said, "On whatever things Hussein alayhi salam bore Allah's witness and reminded was that he said, I am telling you, bearing Allah as witness, do you know that Ali ibn Abi Talib was the brother of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he declared his companions one the brother of another? He declared him his brother and said, you are my brother, and I am your brother in this world and in the hereafter. Everyone said, bearing Allah as witness, we say, yes. He asked, bearing Allah's witness, do you know that the Holy Prophet bought the land of his mosque and houses, and then built them? Then he built 10 houses, 9 for himself, and the 10th one in the middle for my father. Then all the doors that opened into his mosque, except Ali's door, were closed. Concerning this, whoever wanted to talk, talked. So sallallahu alaihi wa alihi said, I have neither closed your doors nor opened his, but Allah has commanded that your doors be closed and his remains open. Then all were told that except Ali, no one sleeps in the mosque. He had permission to become junub in the mosque, and his house was in the house of the Holy Prophet So children of the Holy Prophet were born in there. All replied, bearing Allah's witness, we say, yes, the Holy Prophet did that. He asked, do you know that Umar ibn Khattab wanted that a hole as tiny as his eye remains open from his house to the mosque, but he was refused. Then sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, he gave a sermon and said, Allah commanded Musa to build a pure mosque in which except him, Harun and his 2 sons, no one else lives in it. And Allah has commanded me that I build a pure mosque, and no one else except me, my brother and his 2 sons lives in it. Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He asked, bearing Allah as witness, do you know that the Holy Prophet on the day of Ghadir Khum appointed him and announced his wilayat and said that those present should convey it to those not present? Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He said, I am asking you, bearing Allah as witness, do you people know that the Holy Prophet said concerning him in Ghazwat Tabuk, you have that status with me that Harun had with Musa, you will be the guardian of every believer after me. Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. Asked, bearing Allah as witness, I am telling you, do you know that when the Holy Prophet called the Christians of Najran from Mubahila, then he did not bring anyone but Ali, his wife and his 2 children? Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He asked, bearing Allah as witness, I ask you, do you know on the day of Khaybar, he gave the standard to him, and then said, I am giving it to such a man with whom Allah and his Prophet bear friendship, and he bears friendship with Allah and his Prophet. He is the one who continues going forward, attacking. He is no one who runs away. Allah will give victory on his 2 hands. Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He asked, do you people know that never did any difficulty befall on the Holy Prophet, but he, trusting Ali, made him go forward, and he never called him his name, but said, O my brother, call my brother. Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He asked, do you people know that the Holy Prophet took a decision between him and Ja'afar and Zayd? And he said to him, O Ali, you are from me and I am from you. After me you are the guardian of every believing man and every believing woman. Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He asked, do you people know that he met the Holy Prophet privately every day, and he went every night? When he asked, the Holy Prophet used to answer, and when he kept quiet, the Holy Prophet himself started. Everyone replied, bearing Allah as a witness, we say yes. He asked, do you people know that the Holy Prophet gave him a status over Ja'afar and Hamza when he told Fatima alayhi salam, I have married you to the best one from my Ahlul Bayt, and to that person who accepted Islam first of all, and concerning patience, he is great and possesses knowledge more than anyone else. Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He asked, do you people know that the Holy Prophet said, I am the leader of the entire children of Adam, and my brother Ali is the leader of Arab, Fatima is the leader of the women of paradise, and my 2 sons, Hassan and Hussein, are the leaders of the youths of paradise? Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He asked, do you people know that the Holy Prophet ﷺ commanded him to give him the ritual bath, and had informed him that Archangel Jibreel will help him? Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He asked, do you people know that the Holy Prophet ﷺ in his last sermon said, O people, I leave among you 2 heavy things, Allah's book and my Ahlul Bayt. You keep attached to these 2, so you will not deviate. Everyone replied, bearing Allah as witness, we say yes. He did not leave anything that Allah revealed concerning Ali alayhi salam particularly, and his Ahlul Bayt in Quran, and on his Prophet's tongue, but he asked them. All companions replied, bearing Allah as witness, yes, we have heard it. And every Taibi said, God, that person has narrated to me, whom I trust, such and such. Then he asked everyone to bear Allah as witness that he had heard from the Holy Prophet ﷺ, saying, "Whoever thinks that I am his friend and bears enmity with Ali, then he is a liar. He does not bear friendship towards me, and he bears enmity towards Ali." So someone said to him, "O Messenger of Allah, how can this be?" He replied, "Because he, Ali, is from me, and I am from him. Whoever keeps him as a friend keeps me as a friend, and whoever bears enmity towards him, he bears enmity towards me, and whoever bears enmity towards me has kept Allah as his enemy." Everyone replied, "Bearing Allah as witness, we say yes." And on this everyone dispersed.